Talk a little bit about the weather that's coming in, especially to our east in the gorge, and what do you see coming in?
You know, there's a lot of rain, and it's just offshore right now, so it'll turn wet pretty quickly out along the coast. In the meantime, here in the valley, here's your forecast for the rest of the afternoon. Clouds will start to thicken up, but look at those temperatures. We're safely in the 40s up and down the I-5 corridor when the rain arrives later on. I think the rain gets here between about 4:30 and say 6 o'clock, and then pretty steady rain between 7 and 9. And while we're seeing rain here in the Willamette Valley through the gorge and east of the Cascades, a wintry mix is likely. So take a look at temperatures. Temperatures really tell the whole weather story right now. Cold air is dense. So east of the Cascades, it's 25 in Pendleton. All of this cold, dense air wants to get to those of us on the west side of the state. There's only one sea level passageway for all that air. And yes, you guessed it, it's through the gorge. So cold air is whistling through the gorge. And right now you can see evidence of that. We're gusting almost 40 miles per hour in Troutdale right now, 34 miles per hour in Corbett. So the strongest winds at the western mouth of the gorge. And that cold air just kind of gets locked in place in the gorge, and now we've got moisture headed our way. So it could be a recipe for terrible driving conditions later on tonight and into tomorrow. So there's the first evidence of this system just offshore in Astoria. Again, the ice storm warning goes into effect in about 3 hours and 40 minutes or so through the gorge and below 2,500 feet in the Cascades. East of the mountains at 7 o'clock tonight, a winter weather advisory goes into effect. Freezing rain and snow there with hazardous driving conditions there as well. So the storm doors have essentially opened. Yesterday's weak system kind of opened the floodgates for rain later on throughout the remainder of the week and into the weekend. And I'll show you that here. There you see that rain moving through overnight. And then tomorrow afternoon, another wave of moisture moves through. And then another wave of moisture moves through on Thursday. So it's going to be a really wet several days around here. But again, I think bottom line, the rain should be here right around the evening commute in the Willamette Valley and pushing east shortly thereafter. Tomorrow starts mainly dry, and then rain develops again in the afternoon, and we could still have enough cold air in place in the gorge to see even more freezing rain the second half of tomorrow. Live look outside. Things are pretty quiet for now. Temperatures in the 30s and 20s through the gorge right now. About 30 degrees up at Mount Hood Meadows, 42 degrees in Portland, and 50s out along the coast. So afternoon rain develops along the coast. The I-5 corridor will top out in the mid-40s with increasing clouds and evening rain. East of the mountains, clouds and freezing fog for now, and then a wintry mix later on this evening and overnight. Cold and breezy at the western mouth of the gorge today, and that ice storm warning goes into effect pretty quickly here at 4 o'clock. Tomorrow, a few showers early on, but I think most of the rain holds off until tomorrow afternoon after this system, and then we're wet at times Thursday and Friday. Maybe a bit of a break on Saturday with rain north of us, and then the rain returns Sunday and Monday.
Wow. Okay, so those who are in the Columbia River Gorge, they could be in for some rough commuting tomorrow.
Yes, and I think we're going to have coverage on both ends of the gorge tomorrow for the morning show, so Hood River and Troutdale. And so if you can delay your trip, or head out right now through the gorge, probably a good idea.
All right, thanks a lot, Sally.